Hello, I'm Debbie Tarrier and welcome to A Weekend Away. Today's show, we're taking you to England's south coast, which boasts a wealth of historic value, as well as being officially the sunniest place in the UK. England's south coast is a perfect choice for a relaxing short break or a longer touring holiday. We'll be exploring the tranquil gems the coastline holds, as well as some holiday hacks for that nightmare family packing. We're also joined by Kim Thompson, who is here to give you a simple cocktail masterclass for those kid-free evenings. So let's have a quick look and see what's coming up. Now, whilst holidays are meant to be a time of relaxation, that's not always how they end up, especially for those travelling with children and pets. Here at Weekend Away, we have a few travel and holiday hacks to make your trip that little less stressful. Starting with long car journeys. We all know how boring they can be, particularly for kids. I think all parents can agree television can be an absolute saviour when it comes to keeping the kids calm. Now, for those who don't have an in-car entertainment system, here's a little trick you can try, and all you need is a tablet and a piece of string. Simply feed the string through the tablet case and secure it by tying it around the headrest. Download a couple of TV shows and voila, the kids are entertained for as long as you need. And to be fair, it's not age restricted. Great for all that ends up in the back of the car. Now, another little hack to beat the driver's worst nightmare, sand. Even weeks after you've visited the beach, you can still be finding sand in nooks and crannies you didn't even know existed. Don't worry, simply en route to the beach, put something in the boot, whether a towel or a plastic sheet. Then all you need to do once you're home is shake the sand away, leaving a lovely, fresh, clean car. Now, sticking to the beach theme, fitting as we're looking at the Jurassic coast, music is always a lovely accompaniment for a day at the beach. However, speakers can be a worry, again due to sand. All you need is an empty toilet roll and some scissors, and you can create a nifty little speaker. In addition to music, it's always key to stay hydrated at the beach, and no one wants a warm drink. So two options. The first being, once you've filled up your bottles with your chosen drink, as long as it's not fizzy, pop it in the freezer overnight and throughout the day it will melt, giving you a day-long cold drink. Or another option is to dig a hole in the sand and place a bin bag into the ground. Fill it with cold water and ice, and then you have a homemade cool box. And there you have it, a few little hacks to make your holiday a little easier. We'd love to hear from you guys at home, so please tweet us any of your hacks and tricks to @aweekendaway.gb, and then we can see what you guys have come up with. Now, earlier in the week, I took a trip to Old Harry Rocks, and here is what I got up to. Here I am on the Isle of Purbeck, enjoying the great British countryside on a crisp autumnal day. I'm standing on the cusp of 185 million years of geological history. Just a short walk from here lie Old Harry Rocks, an infamous landmark which marks the easternmost point of the UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Jurassic Coast. The only way to access the rocks by land is on foot or by bicycle. It's a worthwhile but challenging activity, so we'd better get going. The rocks are made up of three chalk formations that have been carved by the English Channel over tens of thousands of years. Historically, the rocks were made up of a chalk formation which stretched all the way from here to the Isle of Wight, about 15 miles in that direction, shrouded in mist today. Eventually, the relentless hydraulic force of the channel led to the demise of the chalk wall, leaving us just with Old Harry and his wife. As expected with a natural landmark such as this, Old Harry Rocks are subject to various local myths and legends. One states that rocks were named after notorious local pirate Harry Pay, who used the rocks to shield his boat from passing merchant boats. As they passed by, oblivious to his whereabouts, he would pounce and loot them for their goods. Another legend dates back to the Viking Age,
It suggests that a storm hit and foiled a Viking offence on the south coast. Serving as a reminder of the failed raid, one of the Vikings that drowned was turned to chalk, thus creating Old Harry.
Later we venture on to our next location. About 20 miles west, around that headland, is Lulworth Cove, deep in the heartland of the Jurassic coast.
Now, we all know just how beautiful Old Harry Rocks is, but have we ever thought just why is it called Old Harry? Well, after doing some research, we found a few myths and legends that claim the stack of Old Harry is named because of the devil who had slept on the famed rocks. There is an old saying that speaks of someone playing Old Harry, which would rather brutally mean to ruin or destroy. The rocks were supposedly named to give warning to ships to keep their distance from the treacherous cliffs. The other of the two tales is centred around one infamous individual. Harry Pay was a pirate who called the pool area his home, making it a place of terror and trouble as he spent his days attacking the merchant ships that sailed in and out of Poole Harbour. It is said that the iconic stack and arches that provide us with adventures became a hiding place for his loot. Perhaps it is even possible that these two tales make a legend combined, with Harry Pay, the devil, using the rocks as a place where he slept, as well as being where he squirreled away his contraband. Whatever side of the legend you decide to let your imagination fall, we can be left certain that these rocks provide us with not only adventure tales of old, but adventure tales of now. These caves that we explore, stacks that we circle, and arches we pass through from the water's surface make a sea playground like no other. Now, looking at another beautiful part of the coast, Lulworth Cove.
Here we are in West Lulworth, a small village in the heartland of the Jurassic coast. A mere 700 people call this place home, but thousands upon thousands come here every year to take in its natural beauty. The journey here was a delightful experience on its own. We passed many rolling hills, woodlands, picturesque long-distance views. We even travelled past the ruins of the 11th century Corfe Castle. This area has certainly earned its credentials as an area of outstanding natural beauty. You might be thinking West Lulworth isn't much different from many rural English villages, but this is where it holds its trump card. Just down the hill from here is Lulworth Cove, an ancient cove carved by thousands of years of water erosion. Not only that, there is a wealth of spectacular naturally formed sites dotted around the coastline. Well, without further ado, let's get down to the cove. Approximately 25 million years ago, the African tectonic plate collided with the European plate. The resulting pressure folded, morphed and heaved huge rock surfaces, resulting in the formation of the Alps mountain range. Ripples from this collision spread north through the Earth's crust, erecting the sheer cliffs of the Jurassic coast. Lulworth Cove was morphed by a small stream, reaching the rock layer from the valley above. As years, decades and centuries pass us by, Lulworth Cove evolves. Whilst the area may look relatively peaceful, aside from occasional gunfire from the local firing range, you can enjoy a number of activities throughout your visit. In the summertime, you can take a boat trip, and then you can really enjoy the sheer illustriousness of the rugged coastline. If you're more one for staying on land, be sure to take a look in the Heritage Centre, which offers a wide array of information about the Jurassic coast. And of course, the absolutely best way to find out what the area has to offer is just to walk around and explore. In almost every direction you look, there's a fascinating landmark to see. This concludes my journey for this week, but we've barely scratched the surface of what the Jurassic coast has to offer.
Now, for those of you on holiday who are feeling slightly adventurous or just enjoy a nice cold cocktail, This part of the show is for you. Here I'm joined by Kim Thompson, who works in a local bar and is here to show us how to make 2 lovely cocktails. Hi, Kim.
Hello.
What are you going to show us first?
Well, I'm going to be showing you gin fizz. I'm going to be showing you the gin fizz first.
Okay, carry on.
So, it's a double shot of gin.
Yeah.
So a shot is generally 25 ml, so we're going to be putting 50 ml in.
Here.
There we go, there's that. A gin fizz is basically a fancy gin and tonic. So we add a bit of elderflower to make it a bit
So is
different.
that the only thing that makes it a cocktail rather than just an ordinary gin and tonic then?
I suppose so, and that and the garnish that you put in as well. So we just mix those together first.
Okay, so you don't put the tonic in the shaker?
No, otherwise it will not make it as fizzy and therefore not a gin fizz.
Okay. So it's quite technical, this cocktail
we go.
making. I would
It
just
is a
throw it
little
all in.
bit. Yeah, there we go.
Got a glass?
So, thank you very much.
Oh, I'll give you one a fancy umbrella.
Oh, fabulous. So we've got that, and then we top it up with tonic water. There we are.
Pop in the umbrella.
Pop in the umbrella,
And I guess you'd normally have
voila.
some fruit and everything, but
Yeah, of course.
we don't seem to have a knife and I'd get into the real mess, so we'll leave that. Just use it, leave it to your
Yeah,
imagination.
gin's very good with any fruit, so
Okay.
anything.
And while you're making next, what are you making next?
I will be making a Sex on the Beach.
Okay, how long have you been making cocktails?
I've been making cocktails for about 2 years now, and been at a couple of different bars. Yeah, they've got lots of different cocktails that are their own,
Yeah.
but they both genuinely have the same, like, classic cocktails, I guess.
Okay, and what's your favourite then?
It would definitely be a Long Island iced tea. You can get it at any cocktail bar.
One of the strongest, I think.
Yep, definitely. That might be a reason.
So what are you putting in here then?
Oh, so for a Sex on the Beach, I'll be
Yeah.
putting in 25 ml of the vodka, so just 1 shot. There we go. I'm going to put another 25 ml of peach schnapps. Schnapps. There we go. There are 2 different ways to do Sex on the Beach. I'm going to do one which is mixing them both together.
And what was that?
Or
Cranberry and...
It's cranberry and orange
Orange,
juice. Yeah,
okay.
that's right.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, cranberry and orange juice gone in.
Give them a good shake.
So-
Stand back.
Yeah. So what you can do is you can either make, put the cranberry and the peach schnapps together, because they are the most sugary and therefore will go to the bottom. And then you mix the orange juice and the vodka together, and then it layers on top when you pour it over the cranberry. So it does look a lot
Oh,
nicer.
okay,
But
so it's all about the presentation.
it's about the presentation, but eventually it all looks like this.
Okay. Nice. I do like one of those. What's the favourite drink that people are going for, really, cocktails these days?
People do go for Sex on the Beach a lot, but they also go for a mojito.
Oh, yeah.
Loads of different variations of it. You can go for a dirty mojito, mango mojito. I've heard of strawberry mojitos, or just your classic normal mojito.
They all have the leaves in, though, that I'd find
got-
annoying. I can't get through to the drink.
in your teeth. Yeah, no, they all have the mint leaves, the sugar, all that. It just depends what spirit or extra cordial, if you will, like
Okay.
that you add in. So.
And if somebody didn't drink alcohol or they weren't feeling that, do you any
you can make-
mocktails they
you
call
can
it, don't
make-
they?
Yeah, you can make the drinks without the alcohol. It's just
Yeah.
added in like cordials or.
It kind of seems pointless,
pumpkins,
doesn't
I guess.
it?
Yeah, definitely. So would you?
Okay, let me try it. You can
would you
pass
like
me a
it?
straw.
Of course.
Thank you.
There you are.
Are there any bars locally that you would recommend?
There are many bars. We got Aruba, Mai Tai, Vodka Revolution. Anywhere that does cocktails will do these cocktails. They can also be made from home. They're brilliant.
This one's my favourite.
Good.
Put a bit of Prosecco in it, be even nicer. These cocktails are delicious, Kim, so thank you so much for coming in today. You'll have to teach me some of the recipes after the show, and I'm taking this one with me. Thank you. Bye. Well, unfortunately, that's it for this week's A Weekend Away. I hope we've shown you just how beautiful the South Coast is. We've loved being here. Join us next week when we'll be exploring the beautiful city of Bath. I can't wait. So take care. We've enjoyed some wonderful scenery, pirates and cocktails, and I can highly recommend some Sex on the Beach. Cheers.